Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. As you can see, I'm still in a sling, and I have an appointment coming up with an orthopedic surgeon in a few days, but after that, I'm sure there's a wait for surgery. So you will be seeing me in a sling for quite some time. Anyway, thank you to those of you who are actually staying with the classes and working your way through them. I appreciate that. And for those of you who have a bum knee or a bum shoulder, you understand very well what's going on for me right now. So I have a yoga block right here that I'm going to be using just for one of these exercises or poses. If you don't have a yoga block, you can use a book or what else would work? A cereal box, something like that. So take your time to go and get that. In the meantime, we'll begin with a breathing exercise, trying to keep those lungs healthy. Really important as we age. It'll be an inhale and an exhale like you kind of normally would do, except when we're done exhaling, I'm going to ask you to exhale some more because we often have a little bit of air left in our lungs and we want to get rid of it all. So it's inhale, nice and slow. Exhale. You think you're empty, exhale some more. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale some more. Inhale. And exhale. Exhale some more. Good. Okay, so we'll start by tucking our chin into our chest and just paying attention how deep you can go, what it feels like in those tendons in the back of the neck. So I'm looking down, and I'm actually doing a little bit of a tuck, not really hard, but just a bit. And then look up, and now with both of your middle and ring fingers, find that spot just below the skull cap. So there's kind of you can feel where the bone kind of ends into the softer tissue, and make some circles, tiny circles in there with that middle finger and that ring finger. And I usually go in both directions. I go clockwise and then I go counterclockwise. And then stop. Go ahead and drop that chin once more. Just check if anything feels different. And then bring your head back up. Now, if you think about your neck, there's kind of like this center portion. There's a line down there. That's your cervical spine. Put your 3 fingers. I've got my pointer, my middle finger, and my ring finger. Both sides. So put both hands back there. And on the sides of that cervical spine, make some circles. And you can go from under the skull cap and kind of follow it down to the top of the shoulders. And then bring it back up. So you've done both sides. Now go ahead and tuck that chin. You probably feel something different on those tendons now. And let's hold here for 10 seconds. And we can look up. So I can kind of feel that in there a little bit. Okay, I want to do a cow cat while we're seated. So I'm going to lean that forward about 45 degrees. Those of you with lower back issues, I just can't stress this enough. In every exercise, whether I say it or not, try and tuck that tailbone under and tighten up the belly a little bit. You'll find pretty much immediate relief when you do that. So I want to do what's called cow. If you have severe lower back issues, you don't do the cow portion. You'll just stay just like this. If you're okay with it, you will drop that belly between the knees, look forward and inhale. Fill that belly up. On the exhale, you can round the back, tuck the tailbone. Now you can do this with lower back issues, so go ahead into cat. This is cat. Inhale, coming into cow. And again, you only drop the belly and look forward if you're able to do that without pain. And exhale, round that back, tilt that tailbone. Inhale, coming forward in cow. And exhale, coming into cat. Okay, both your hands are on your waist. You see I only have one, but if I could, I'd have two. And what I want to do is take a slight bend, make it slight, and then as I'm bending here, I want to bring this shoulder higher up towards where the wall meets the ceiling. So it kind of looks like this. This is normal, and then I'm bringing it up. Do you see how I've moved that shoulder up towards there, which has caused me to do a little bit more of a bend, but I'm doing it by opening up the ribs instead of scrunching quite so much. And hold. And then I'm going to come out of it and take the other side. So I come to this side. Now I can't put my hand on my waist, but I can bring my shoulder towards where the wall meets the ceiling. So I'm going to do that, move that shoulder up a little bit, and then feel that stretch in the ribs. Like you can actually feel space. And then come on out of that. Both hands come forward now. You have to imagine that, right? So really, I have both hands forward. I'm going to keep my right hand forward, but open up to the left hand side. Just bringing that arm back, opening up to the left. I'm going to inhale and bring that all the way forward. Exhale and take it all the way back. Inhale and bringing it all the way forward. Exhale and taking it all the way back. And I'm going to follow that thumb with my eyes and then come forward. You may or may not be able to do that. So now both arms are forward. I'm going to leave my left hand there, follow my right thumb to the back. I'm opening up that right arm straight to the back and then bringing it forward on my inhale. Exhale, opening it up. Inhale, bringing it forward. Exhale, opening it up. And inhale, bringing it forward. And you can put your hands down. So I want to do, is that next? Yeah. I want to do our standing portion. I'm going to bring my chair just kind of more like this so you can see me better. And I have in your straight arms, you have this block like this between both hands, okay? And actually, I'm going to make it like this. Do you see how that is? I've got it. Okay, now I got to take this hand out of commission and get it back in position. And then with this hand, pretending I have two, I just want to make a circle, trying to keep I call it keeping your hands and arms honest in that they stay exactly the same distance apart. I'm going to go clockwise 3 times. 2. Now remember, both of your hands are on this block. I can't do it, obviously, but you can. And then I'm going to go 3 times counterclockwise. Again, trying to keep my shoulders, elbows, wrists, all in that same distance, equal distance that I started out with. This is my second rotation, and I'll go for my third one, and all the way around. Okay, so now you flip that block out of the way so you don't step on it. Make sure it's not in the middle of your living room for someone else to step on. And we'll begin our standing portion. So I want to come into warrior 1. I'm going to bring my right knee forward and my left foot back. Now my right knee is bent. You can see it's bent. My right foot is at that 45 degrees, kind of pointed like so. My feet are on a railroad track. They're not in line like on a tightrope. but instead there's some space from side to side on those feet. Okay, I want my hips to be parallel to the front of that chair, so I might have to move them so. Or if your right knee is forward and bent, you bring your right hip back and your left hip forward. Both arms come straight ahead, not one. Both arms. And on the inhale, you're going to bring those arms all the way up and circle them until you come back to that center part and exhale. Inhale, circle them. Nice slow inhale, exhale when you get to the front. Try not to move those hips if possible. Inhale, circle them. Exhale when you get to the front. I want to come into either peaceful warrior. So peaceful warrior, my one arm comes back. So my left arm would come back. My right hand, which you can't see, is going to come straight up, or it's going to come back. So we'll repeat that because you can't see it. I can't show it to you. My left hand is sliding down the back of that left leg. My right hand is going to come straight up for peaceful warrior, or I take a slight back bend and it's reverse warrior. So that's your inhale. You'll come immediately into exhale, the hands behind you as you reach forward for humble warrior. Inhale, and you come into reverse warrior. Exhale, and you'll come into humble warrior. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, humble warrior. And then facing to the side. So I'm no longer facing my chair. My feet are to the side. I want my toes out and my heels in. And I'm going to do star. Star is where I have bungee cords attached to my wrist, pulling me up and finding space between each of the vertebrae. And from there, I come immediately into goddess. So the hands come together into prayer and I sink down. And you might, be only this far, or whatever your knee provides for you. So my knees are working today. My shoulder's not, but your shoulder might be working and your knee's not. So you do what you can. And inhale, I come into star. Exhale, I come into goddess. Inhale, I come into star. And exhale into goddess. And then I'm going to go back facing the front of that chair and bringing my feet together in front of the chair. I'm going to immediately take it to the other side. Well, I guess I'll do it this way. Okay, so my left knee is forward and bent. My right foot is back at a 45 degree. My hips are parallel to the chair. So you can force it, or not force it, but move your hips with your hands, or you can think about bringing the left hip back and the right hip forward. Okay? Warrior one. On the inhale, I circle those arms like I did last time. Come to the front and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I want to come into reverse warrior. So this time, my right hand will slide down the back of that right leg. My left hand will come straight up for peaceful warrior, or even back for reverse warrior. So you do what's best for you, okay? So it's inhale, and you're either choosing peaceful or reverse. Exhale, and you're doing humble warrior. Your hands come behind you, and you lean forward and bow. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, and bowing with your hands behind you, humble warrior. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, your hands come behind you for humble warrior. Once again, you want to bring your feet apart. And This time we don't come into star. The arms come out at shoulder height. And we're going to do what's called sunflower. Now this is really tricky for me to try and demonstrate. So I'm going to bend those knees. Both arms are going to come down and cross. As I straighten out, both arms come out to the side, up to the top and cross. And then I'm going to bend those knees and bring both those arms down and cross. Come up to the top, big wide sweep and cross. Last one, both hands come down and cross. Come up to the top and they cross. And that arm comes down. And well done. I hope it's not too confusing for you. I am actually teaching classes in person like this, aquafit and fitness and chair yoga. And the participants are doing okay, but I can see them and correct or know I have to change what I'm saying, whereas I can't really see you, so I'm hoping you're able to follow through to the best of your ability. All right, I want to try a balance. I'm going to put my left hand on the chair and put all my weight into this pillar of strength, my left leg. And I want to lift that right leg out to the side. Now, I want to get up onto my fingertips of that left hand. Maybe take that left hand off the chair. This works better if you're staring at something that doesn't move. Stare, stare, really stare hard. And play with getting to fingertips or maybe just not gripping quite so tight. Some of you might be able to take your fingertips off, some won't, and bring that foot down. You want to get frustrated. So if you're frustrated with balance, that's a good thing. Okay, obviously I cannot hang onto the chair with my right hand, but you can. I'm going to put all my weight into my right foot and I'm going to stare at something that doesn't move. Lift that left foot off the floor, try and get your balance, and then see if you can just get to the fingertips, and can you take your fingertips off the chair, and are you struggling and fighting to try and maintain your balance? Because if you are, that's really good. And you can go ahead and put that leg down. So you can be seated for this next one, or you can be standing. So this is a rotator cuff exercise. Both hands, both arms are facing forward, and I just want to open up to the side. Okay, so the work is happening in that rotator cuff. And you open to the side and come forward. And open to the side and come forward. And open to the side and come forward. Have a seat. Bring those knees wide. So I want to do torso circles like in front, not the ones that go all the way around, but more like lean over and try and make a circle just in the front. So I'm not moving to the side. I'm making that circle in the front. Your hands can be on your upper thighs, and you're coming all the way up and around. Let's try that about 3 times in one direction, and then go ahead and change it to the other direction. Making that circle in front of you. Okay, good. Then, with both hands on your upper thighs, circle your neck the same way. So you're gonna, the top of your head is gonna draw a circle in front of you. So the top of your head is drawing a circle in front of you. And you can probably hear click, click, clack, clack, all kinds of creaking and noises in your ears, and then go the other direction. So you're obviously using something that has been sitting still for a while. There we go. And come out of that. Just a couple more things. So making a fist with your wrists and just kind of rotating those wrists any old way, like just move them however. And take note, is there one direction or one way that you find you're impeded, that you're unable to make that bit of a twist. And why is that? What's happening there? What might you need to do? And release. And then lean back in your chair, and we'll do healing breath today. So as you close your eyes and take a deep breath in, you're doing a body scan. What part of your body has been talking to you during the last 20-25 minutes? And when you know what part of the body it is, just exhale, acknowledge that that's part of your body that's not working the best. Inhale once more. And on your exhale, try and send your breath over that area in the body. Inhale again, warm up the air, warm it up. And so then now you're blowing that, in the exhale, that warm air over that part of the body, kind of like giving it a hug. Inhale, warm up the air. And on the exhale, Lord, blow that warm, healing air directly over that part of the body. And then opening your eyes. Once again, I thank you for joining me and participating in the class with the one-armed yoga leader. Hopefully it wasn't too difficult to follow, because that's who it's going to be for the next, who knows how long, I don't know. But you'll be first to know, because you'll be filled in on what's happening. And I hope you have a great week, and that you share the video if it did anything good for you, or if you liked it, then tap like or share or subscribe, and I appreciate that. And may your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.